Well, a man who is making his first European Tour events appearance this year. He hasn't played in any of the European Tour events since Austria last year. It's the Welshman Barrie Bates, and up against Barrie today is a man who made a good impression in Riesa at the end of last month. He eventually made it all the way through to the last 16 before succumbing 6-2 to Terry Jenkins, a player of great promise, the 21-year-old Rowby-John Rodriguez. Rod Harrington back in the chair for this one. Contrast of styles, I suppose, here, and age as well.
Certainly a big contrast in the age. Yeah, let's talk about Barrie Bates first. A good few years ago, probably 10 years ago, he was one of the toughest guys on the circuit to beat. And any one of the old schooler players will tell you that. I mean, he really was playing well. And then he had this injury with his foot. And I know it happened to me first. I said, you've got to take a rest, Barrie, leave it alone for 2 months, and he didn't. And it just got worse. And he's had this arthritis also in his right hand. And so it isn't to make an excuse for Barrie Bates. They are the facts. Let's talk about this young man. I mean, what a future this young man's got if he keeps on the straight and narrow. I mean, he really is. He's a character. He's got the ability. 100. And he's got the bottle for a young man as well. Yeah,
and he's clearly embraced this European Tour this year as well. He's qualified now for 5 tournaments. He first made his appearance this year in Gibraltar, lost to Kevin Painter, qualified for Munich, for Van Rij, and for Riesa as well, where he reached the last 16. And, well, you wouldn't bet against him having another good run this weekend as well. The winner will play Vincent van der Voort 92. In the second round, and Van der Voort was one of the men that Rodriguez beat on his way to the last 16 in Riesa at the end of last month as well. So 60. The signs are good for him, and you'd have to have him down as the favourite here.
You just took the words out of my mouth. The form book says that Rodriguez is the favourite, and Barrie of old, he would have certainly been stepped up here the favourite, but just. It's good to see him on the way back and throwing some decent darts. Really.
Yeah, Bates, you may recall, got to the quarter-finals of the World Championship, the PDC World Championship, 6 years ago, 2009. UK Open finalist as well, a few years before that. 45 years of age these days. Another Welshman involved this weekend. Mark Webster's already through. Jamie Lewis plays later.
Game shot the first leg.
But it's Rodriguez who
second leg is Barrie
opens things up with the first leg on the throw.
Yes, the one thing Barrie's got to do, he mustn't let this young man get too far in front, because you'll see him start to bounce about a little bit, get a little bit quicker with his throw, which is all about the confidence.
123.
And it goes with all these youngsters. When they get that confidence, and people say it's arrogance. Arrogance is confidence. 60. And I like to see it in a person. You can't all go up there boring. You've got to be your own character. We were talking about Peter Wright earlier on. I mean, he's not arrogant at all. 100. But when he's got the mask on, he's a confident, real, good character. And that's what Rodriguez is making himself into, you know, a bubbly character.
It can be that arrogance breeds confidence, and vice versa as well.
48.
Just looking at Rodriguez as well, it was interesting that when we saw him in Van Rij at the Dutch Darts Masters, he played Justin Pipe in the second round, lost 6-5. It was a match that could have gone either way, and in the end Pipe went all the way to the final, lost to Van Gerwen admittedly once he got there, but it could so easily have been Rodriguez's campaign 44. That weekend. You know, had the coin flipped the other way in that second round match, if you like. It was that close.
I think it was probably the speed, because we all know that Justin's a lot slower than most players, but that's just the way Justin is.
60.
And I think that was what caused him to lose that more than anything. Bates can get this back. Right now wants the bullseye.
56.
Well, Rodriguez could see his third dart at the bullseye if he hits, but he needs to hit the treble 19 to do that.
Well, he hasn't
done.
58. Barrie Uruguay 25.
So great chance here for Bates to level things up. 9-8-8 is the route, and it's a very good route as well. Nicely done.
To throw first. Game on. 180.
10th of the event. Fridays is never a great, well, especially the afternoon, it's never a great afternoon for hitting 180s. It kind of gets warmed up tomorrow with the maximums.
Might be another one here.
As I say that, we're on a 9-dart leg.
Bang on cue.
100. Rowby require 141.
Oh, it's a great leg this for Rowby.
105.
You actually heard that first dart clip the wire. That's how close it was.
60.
But a 10-dart leg
36.
is an exceptional leg. So's an 11.
Maybe a
So's
12.
Game shot the third leg. Rowby-John.
12 it is, doesn't really matter, he's over the line.
Throw first. Game on.
Well, zipping through these first 3 legs.
97.
Rowby, a very, very quick visitor to the Oki.
85.
Sometimes the only thing that these youngsters need to learn, and Michael Smith is one of them, but he is learning, is the way to grind results out. Well, that's the third maximum for Rodriguez. I just heard about to say, you know, he needs to hit 180s against the throw, and that's what he's exactly done.
140.
But sometimes they lose games. They're in front early part of the game, and all of a sudden someone edges back, and then it comes to nitty gritty, and they throw a few bad darts at the wrong time.
164.
You need to learn to stay focused and grind a result out.
79. Rowby required 96.
Potential 11-dart leg here for Rodriguez. Where's that landed? It's landed in the treble, and he's found the double 14 as well.
Mensah Sulovic must have showed him that result, that combination. And the double 14. That's Mensah Sulovic's favourite double.
45.
Unusual way of going.
$43. 93.
93.8 the average for Rodriguez at the moment. Bates just under 79. That's one difference between the two.
100.
3 maximums to 0 is the other. Things going to form at the moment here for Rodriguez. Played his part in the World Cup recently alongside Sulovic.
140.
Sulovic is becoming a real tough cookie to beat. Another player that's slow, but let's not let that cloud how good a player is, like Justin Pipe. You know, they may be slow, but they still throw great darts.
Yeah, they're not doing anything wrong.
140.
Sulovic, by the way, in action in the second match of the evening session. He's up against the Belgian youngster Mike de Decker. As Rodriguez threatens another maximum, and he gets it. My word.
78.
Lots to like about Rodriguez here. Bates with a chance to finish things off.
Oh, I don't believe it.
And he's busted. Absolutely cruel. That leaves the ball.
49.
Oh, he was some way off with that one.
78.
Problem is Barry's still coming back for 78, so he may only get 1 dart or double, which he will, to stay really in this match. He's missed it. I mean, that dart should go in double top, if anything. We've all done it though. So now double 16 and double 16 it is, and I talked about that confidence, that arrogance that they speed up. I mean, the speed of the switch to the double 16 was electrifying.
Yeah. I mean, the speed of the 96 checkout in leg 4, it caught the the cameras couldn't keep pace when he went to the treble 16. And here we go again, Rodriguez out of the blocks here. Oh, it just that second dart was just outside that bed. He's lost his flight there as well. Now then, Barrie Bates, help yourself to your first maximum. No, not to be.
A good couple of 12 darters there.
100.
It's that 20 dart leg that's going to be the killer for Barrie Bates that Rodriguez won. He should have nicked that and only been 3-2 down with the throw. $
140.
Oh, got away with a 20-dart leg in leg 5. A couple of 12-dart legs as well for
60.
Rodriguez.
Robbie, you require 161.
Might be in for another 12-dart leg here. Not anymore.
105. Barrie, you require 141.
Well, I like that switch. I prefer it with the third dart, but he's done exactly what he's needed to do. He's given himself 2 darts at a double instead of 1.
105. Robbie, you require
to take
56.
a 5-1 lead. Oh, wow.
Oh, he's hit the 7 there.
Yes, he's only going to get the 1 dart.
Oh, and he's hit the 3. He was looking for the...
16.
Well, I'm not quite sure. I mean, that was over the other side of the 3, so I'm not quite sure what his route was there. Anyway, Bates has a chance here for double 18.
No score. Robbie, you require 40.
Well, he was looking for the 17 to lead double 16, but either way, he might get away with it here.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Rowby-John Rodriguez.
Yes, Barrie let him off there a bit.
Game on.
That's when you've got to punish him. We keep talking about putting them on the back foot. That was a leg that he could have
94.
actually put him on the back foot, made Rodriguez start thinking about, that he's just given a leg away.
125.
Mark Walsh and Thomas Saylor waiting in the wings. Saylor, one of the German
100.
qualifiers from last night. Bates here facing up to a very, very swift exit.
60.
His first European Tour event since the Austrian Open in June of last year. He made a first round exit there against Ben Ward, lost 6-4.
100.
45-year-old from Merthyr Tydfil could be on his way back to the Valleys very, very quickly.
44.
Rowby-John Rodriguez on course for the most emphatic victory of the day so far.
60.
Well, it's not a bad place to go back to, the Valleys. Beautiful part of the country.
Oh, shake of the head there from Bates. You can just see the look on his face.
42.
He looks
Robbie, you require 147.
a forlorn figure on stage now. Rodriguez with plenty of room for manoeuvre here. Doesn't need to panic, doesn't need to stretch himself on this visit anyway. Just wants to set it up nicely.
139.
And he's left himself double 4.
$140. Robbie, you require 8.
Leaves double 2,
Game shot,
and there it is.
Rowby-John Rodriguez.
Nicely done from Rowby-John Rodriguez. The youngster, the 21-year-old from Austria, is through in double quick time. A couple of 12-dart legs in there as well. A very impressive checkout of 96, an average as well of 91.19. No problems whatsoever. Barrie Bates is on his way home. And Vincent van der Voort once again will face Rowby-John Rodriguez.